Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the tscc. It's the OG group back here. It's myself, Quantum Deathcat, next to my wonderful friend in Boney. How are you doing, my pal?
It's been a while, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Unfortunately, I wasn't there for the previous season, but I'm looking forward to the spring season, though it's feeling like summer here already, as you can tell from my my outfit. I am sweating. Woo. So that's something. But other than the weather, I'm looking forward to a great weekend of Trackmania, the country championships coming in again. And we've got 32 teams, 29 countries to determine who is going to be the best of the spring 2022 campaign. We've got Denmark returning as the champions as well, with some changes to the lineup. But regardless, I'm looking forward to see, are they going to be able to retain their title, or is some other country be able to take it away from them? Because so far, we haven't had a single country actually keep their title.
Nope.
Not one time. We've had
Not
Poland.
one time.
We've had Germany. We've had France. We've had Denmark.
Right. That's it.
That's it.
And no repeat winners so far, right?
None.
And at all, so no dynasty has been made up on here. I thought Germany for sure, right? That golden trio mix of Giuliano, Vionics,
top three team. Every time.
They were absolutely flying. Now this time around, right? They're missing one of their golden trio members, of course, and well, honestly, they didn't win last time, so you can't call it a dynasty if you can't win 3 times in a row, right?
It's true. But regardless, they still have a great team fielded. Honestly, Germany is looking stacked as ever. We got some top 5 players in Ratchet right? He currently is 5th in the campaign, playing for Germany, right? But at the same time, on the Danish side, right, we've got Solifagans, who is 4th in the campaign and playing for the Danish team. So
now, do you think that we could have another new team win this? Not new team, sorry, but a team that hasn't won before winning this.
I mean, if I were to look at the lineup, because we've got quite a few teams. Let me get those on screen, because we got some new teams coming in. Slovenia and Slovakia. These are new. Scotland actually has their own team this time. I believe in the past we've had some Scottish players play with the English players, but this time around we actually have a separate team, and our first match is going to be England versus Scotland, so a nice rivalry for you guys. But I don't know for sure if we're going to see a new country coming. I would love, though, to maybe Finland, maybe because of the, me being casting for Mikatra all this time. I know the Finnish players, there's some great potential in there always. But very, very curious to see if any of the new countries is going to be able to beat either the French, the German, the Polish, or the Danish teams, because so far throughout the past year, they've been looking dominant. They've been looking sublime, right? Their lineups, obviously players come and go, but the consistency in terms of skill is still there, right? These are still countries that usually end up in top 4. So I'd love to see some new countries come in, and obviously, me personally, will be cheering for the Netherlands. I mean, I gotta get that home pride in. So,
I mean,
you guys better do well.
You're talking about a team that normally gets into top 4. What about the Czech Republic? Right? They nearly always make it to top 4, and they still have the same team as always: Kiro, Laudis, Murray, Elkon, and Hansi. Murray and Elkon normally, and Kiro obviously normally being those players that are on that team. Yeah. Sometimes some players switch in and out, but those are your core 3. Could it be their season this time around, do you think?
It maybe could be. I mean, so far, just taking a quick look, we do have Alcon number 10 when it comes to the rankings for this season. So, I mean, Alcon in general always is a great player. Definitely if you're looking for dirt or ice tracks, especially the ice tracks for this season, I can imagine Alcon would love to play some matches on an 18, for example, or 7 even, right? 14 as well. There's a lot of ice. There's a lot of ice in this one, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some favorites in there. So that could be a great way for them to pick up some points, win some matches, and get into that top 4. And I'd say yeah. I would think Czech Republic definitely is one of the contenders for the title this season around.
What about
they
a team? Do you think? Yeah, they just need to nail it. What do you think about a team though that could surprise, right? That could make a surprise little Cinderella run. I think I found one.
Yeah.
Which but I want to hear your opinion first. Which team do you see going deeper than what most people would expect?
I'd say just taking a quick look at everything we have. Maybe just feel like Belgium might be because Belgium, I mean, has been around in the past, but not every tournament. But there's some great players there, right? Some. I mean, we have Electro Skavsa, Vicenti. I don't know that name. We've got Nick Tree, right? We got Nick Calva. So some names that I know, some names that I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised knowing the level of play there. You know, that they could come out of nowhere, right? They could be a bit of a dark horse. I could be totally wrong, and they could flunk out. But for now, you know, and other than that, you know, I'm just again obviously Netherlands. Last couple of times got into top 8.
Yeah,
it's very curious to see. I know Paardenvechter, Jan van Spijk. Those are two players that always put up good results. But usually it's the pressure, from what I can tell, that gets to them. So even right? I don't expect them to win. I will say, even though, you know, again, Netherlands, I don't expect them to win. And I don't think they do either. But regardless, that doesn't mean that, you know, they're not going to go for the win. Yeah. I'm
gonna say my dark horse team for this tournament, for this event, is gonna be Ireland.
Ooh.
Hotswat and Birdie are both in top 50. And the other two are no schmucks, right? They are pretty fast in their own right. I would honestly say, on top of that, it's just a funny team name, right? Bayerland, right? Because of Bire being on that team. Birdie, you got Hotswat, and you got someone named Dank on that team. Come on now. How could you not vote for Ireland?
Will Dank be fast? I mean, should be pretty dank.
Hopefully he's not too danked up, right? Maybe, right?
I mean, at this time, in this climate, with this economy, probably. Honestly. But yeah, all right, that's a nice pick. Ireland, interesting pick indeed, and they've got their in Birdie, their expat, their stand-in, they're playing, right. Every team is allowed one player from a different country to play in if that country isn't represented in the tournament. So nice to see as well. Same with what is it with Scotland right here?
Scotland,
right? With the match we've got Xperio. Coming in. That's a bit of unique because we do have Finland in, but Xperio was accepted to be in the Scottish team, rounds that out to 5 players. Yeah.
Switzerland as well. They have Forever, the Polish player, on their team. So over for Switzerland, Wardrov, Jitsky, Oxer, Thomas Jean, and Forever. That team's looking sharp, but none of the players in the top 50. So I don't know how consistent it'll be for them over there.
Very curious to see. I mean, there's definitely skill there, right? There's definitely potential. We've got players in there that have gone deep in previous tournaments. So I'm very curious to see how they play together and how their skills on dirt, on tech, on full speed. I mean, 19 full speed will be an interesting one as well to see how that will impact the picks and bans. Because in terms of picks and bans, I mean, we were talking about the maps before the cast itself. And looking at some of the maps that we're expecting to ban and pick, but I really, I do think that 19 is going to be one that I don't think we're going to see that often because of its full speed nature and the difference in the types of blocks. Right, there's a lot of different blocks going around it, despite the fact that it is full speed with a transition from ice to dirt to plastic. Right, just ridiculous stuff while you're driving 700-800. It's a tricky, hard map, and I'm curious to see if any of the countries is going to favor that map, but that's
now
interesting.
We do have an ex-TMGL player playing, right, in Matt over for Brazil. Radiaxo, Alpenche, Mannix, and Aleps playing as well. Those players played a lot during the South American Cup, and obviously Matt not winning it, actually, which was very, very surprising. It was quite the tournament. Did you ever watch it, or did you skip it by chance?
No, I've missed this one, unfortunately.
Sad, but yeah, Brazil, they might be sharp, but we don't really see them that much. And well, with only none of them being in the top 50, right? We'd be surprised, right? But we've been surprised before.
Definitely. I mean,
were they, no, that's Brazil too. That's Brazil
too. Yeah, as mentioned, during the qualifiers, Brazil too was knocked out.
That was
not in play-ins. That was in the qualifiers.
Right.
The Brazil qualifiers.
Pretty sure, right? Or is Tenchalil, Zero Pixels, and Nasmonero the Brazil team that's in?
That is Brazil one. They are playing in the Swiss.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No. Then that's my bad. Then yeah. I was looking at the wrong Brazilian team. I had Brazil too.
We got a lot of people coming in, right? A lot of different teams, different countries, all interested in playing and competing. And right now, we've had the play. Qualifiers in 4 different countries, right? We've had the just to get them on for me, the USA, the German, Brazil, and French qualifiers. After that, we had the play-ins with the Team 2 countries. And then from that, we've got 32 teams, 29 countries in total for the Swiss rounds. In terms of Swiss rounds, if you've been here before, you know exactly what the format is. For those new, we're going to play 5 matches over the next 2 days. We've got the first 3 matches today, second 2 tomorrow. It's going to be a best of 5. First to win 3 maps wins the match. And Swiss, you play against the team that has won or lost the same amount as your opponent. So right now, everybody is 0-0, so everybody is seeded based on... I'm pretty sure SRK took care of the seeding. I'm not going to comment on that too much. But from there, teams who lose will play against other teams who have lost. Teams who have won will play against teams who have won. And from that point on, you keep playing against the teams who have the same score line. We'll see 4 teams move on today, and we'll see 4 teams leave today as well. It's very curious to see who's gonna have to go on till tomorrow, or can relax and chill.
All right, let's rapid fire these for the moment. Denmark versus France 2. Who do you think takes that one?
Denmark.
Yeah. Then we got Germany versus Denmark 2.
Ooh, Germany. Yeah, Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, France versus Germany 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. I'm going to eke it to France. I'm going to eke it to France, though maybe Germany goes for the sweep. Maybe Germany too goes for the sweep.
So then the match before us, England versus Scotland.
Oh, am I going to have to? You know what? I'll be cheering for the English. I'll be cheering for the English for this one, but I'm thinking it's going to be a close one.
Scotty will be sad to hear about that. Wales versus Slovenia.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Slovenia being a new team coming in?
Yeah.
Gonna give it to Wales. We're gonna go Wales 3-1. Let me give a score line along with it as well. 3-1.
All right. How about this one, though? USA versus Slovakia.
I mean, so the USA team has been playing through the qualifiers, right? So they have already proven themselves to a certain degree. And I believe... Because it was against Slovakia, you said, or Slovenia?
Slovakia.
Whoa. I'm going to say Slovakia. I'm going to give it to the newcomers.
All right. While we do that, though, there is the maps here. So Scotland has picked 11. England has picked 7.
Oh, these are the bands.
These are the bands.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So band are 11 and 7. So now we have 5 maps left, and we'll see which ones get picked here. In the meantime, while you guys keep an eye on that, Netherlands versus Brazil.
I mean, you really got it. I mean, trio, Netherlands, all the way, easy claps. Going to be all 5-0s. I mean, totally not biased at all.
No bias whatsoever. Czech Republic, South Africa.
Czech Republic, yeah. Although I'm hoping for South Africa to come in with some fire. Love to see an African team come in.
Finland, India. I think this one's Finland, but I want to see India succeed.
I'm going to give it to Finland for the bias. All about the bias, baby.
Yeah.
What do you mean we're not unbiased and this is not, somehow
I don't have a
very
Canadian
objective.
team to cheer for. I have no Canadian team to cheer for. I don't have any bias. My only bias is against the USA, obviously, right?
Oh.
Right.
True.
It's like the rivalry
You mean South Canada?
South Canada, the pants.
No.
the pants of Canada, yeah.
Oh, we got
Italy
some more picks
versus
and pants.
Romania.
Oh.
Ooh,
Italy, Romania.
Yeah, Italy, Romania. As Scotland
way.
and England, I do believe, have picked 23 and 25.
Wow, we got some black tracks picked. That's interesting. We got some confidence coming in. Yeah, 23, 25 pick. Yeah.
And then 18 and 15 get banned. So did 11 and 7 earlier. And so then the random map at number 3, 4, and 5, what will they be?
Curious. I mean, the 18 one, I'm not surprised. Again, 18 being full ice, it's definitely one of those tracks where you got to be extremely confident about it going into it, because you can easily lose seconds on that if your ice game is not on point. And losing seconds in this scenario, you're not going to be able to accept that, deal with that. It's too risky.
Well, even we won't know what the random maps are, so that's going to be a surprise as well. England
imagine all 20s. 21, 22, and 24.
that is something that we could see. However, as we saw from the English here, they banned the ice maps, right? They banned, obviously, 7 and then 18. Could you imagine if 14 still somehow comes through here?
Just still some ice.
Just to mess with them?
Just to get some ice in. That would be interesting.
That'd be funny, honestly. That'd just be a funny moment.
Also interesting, no ban on the full speed track, 19. And I want to say the water track was 22?
20. Yeah, 22. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Because definitely the water track with a lot of bouncing in and out of the water. I do remember Fall 18, for example, being notorious in its water shenanigans, with the ending as well, having the reactor boost to glide across the water with the right-hand turn. And, well, I mean, how many times did people crash on that one, really? It was ridiculous.
Oh, man. All right, so we're going to go on to 23 and then 25, correct?
That's right. And we definitely will not see 7, 11, 18, or 15.
Who wants to see 7, 11, though? Let's be honest. Right? Because we're here for 23 and 25, baby.
Hey.
There you go.
We got some long ones.
Obviously, the English love this map, right? Bozbez is 6th. Pack, he's not playing in this, but just worth a mention that he's 10th. So, I mean, the English do seem to love this map a lot. They do love their grass. Davigno is 17th as well, so could be very tough for the Scots on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually what you expect, right? When teams pick and ban into these, we see the preferences coming up. Usually, looking at the rankings, we can easily tell, like, oh yeah, this is why they're going for this. We get a bit of an idea of which player they'll field, and it's part of the game, right? It's part of the match. The match already starts the moment you start picking and banning and trying to take away some of these strengths that you know your opponent have, and at the same time reducing your weaknesses. And sometimes it can come down to that, right? Just performing the wrong pick, performing the wrong ban, and feeling too confident about your pick when in reality your opponent might actually have the edge on you, and you didn't even realize it. It's a bit of the psychological game, but obviously at the end of the day, you got to drive fast, you got to win points, you got to win maps, because otherwise, you could be number 1 on it, but if you're having a bad day, then it doesn't really matter.
So this map is 10. Obviously, we're not going to be playing on this one right away, but we could see... Oh, those are the random maps. 9, 21, and 8.
21. All right.
There you go.
9 and 8, some quick maps.
9 and 8.
Nice in-betweens.
So we're not going to see 10, obviously. But we're going to go on to 23. This should have really favored the English here rather than the Scots. Honestly, they have 2 of their 3 players who are going to be playing in the top 17. I do think that they should be taking this, but there could be an upset here, right? But it is a fully grass map, and, well, if you can't grasp the map, then you're going to be in trouble. Oh, come on, that was a good one. It was a good one.
We'll call it reaching. And you're grasping, huh?
I'm grasping.
We got the risky fin on this one, though. That's it's not too risky, I will say. It's a risky fin. It's not that risky.
It's a risky finish.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got a lot of grass on this one, so hopefully some nice lines maintaining these gears. But at the same time, we've got a big quarter pipe jump as well towards the end. So reducing airtime is of the utmost importance in that.
Oh, man. Well, that's all. Sit down and get ready, because they have 2 minutes to warm up here. What are you expecting in terms of scoreline, right? It's 1st to 5.
Yes.
So are you expecting just a straight up 5-0, or are you expecting a little bit of a closer match here?
For 23, I do expect, just taking a quick look, right, in terms of stats that we have, that this is looking like a relatively comfortable win for the English team. So perhaps a 5-1, 5-2, I think, is to be expected. Obviously, what I say isn't truth, but that is something I can imagine happening.
They are pretty quick during the warm-up, so let's see if they don't make any mistakes, right? This map is, well, it's not notorious for anything specifically, right? But it is a map with a risky finish. That isn't that hard to do, right? Obviously, it's just drive into it. There's no speed check about it. There's no big angle that you need to take. But this map is just a map where you can mess up every corner, right? That's what grass does to you. If you just mess up your line by just a little bit, you're out. Or you lose a bunch of speed, one or the other.
Yeah, it's definitely the speed maintaining that's going to come down to it. I'm honestly as well expecting when players are driving well, right? Assuming no mistakes will be made, players will be extremely close to each other, and we're going to be talking about tens, if not hundreds of a second between the players to see who will or will not come out on top. But it's looked like all this analyzing and glass crystal ball looking into the future shenanigans are over. We are live with the Swiss round for the tscc Spring 2022, kicking things off with England versus Scotland. Take it away.
Thank you very much there, my good sir. Davigno Bosbez and Real Roy Boy up against Scotty and Monochrome. I don't see the last player in last place, though, who is the Scot. So currently, it's a 1-2 for the English team. Axperial is playing as well on 23. He's made a mistake, though. Scotty, the only Scotsman able to stop the English here, as Bosbez and Davigno really up there. Scotty goes way wide, does not land early whatsoever. Is going to lose a lot of time because of that to Davigno and Bosbez, and they're just going to cruise right to the finish here. They're going to fight for this finish. They're going to fight for it, and Bosbez seems like he's going to be the one who's going to take it over Davigno as they take a 1-2, and that's going to win the round first and foremost. A 1-2-4, really, really clean and easy for the English for the first round.
Definitely, and next time as well. Got the 56s. I mean, 56s, that's starting to get towards these top 50 times, right?
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Bosbez is going to be able to drive that time. And with I mean, call it a bad round on the Scottish side, but they're going to have to speed up if they want to stop this 1-2 punch from happening to them.
Yeah, because 56.9 is 50th place, right? So any 56 is pretty much a top 100 time guaranteed. So you got to deal with that if you're the Scots here. And there's 2 players capable of doing that on the English side.
Exactly. And I mean, this round is looking to be somewhat the same as the previous one, though we do see Scotsman in between, right? Ooh, Xperio, unfortunately, with the reactor boost, just not able to keep his wheels on the grass as he would like. Into the quarter pipe jump last time around. Scotty going a bit too high. Does he make it? Oh, barely. But this time it's Bosbez and Real Roy Boy taking up numbers 1 and 2 with Davigno, making sure to cover the flanks in number 4. and they really need Scotty just to get in between. But at the same time, with not a lot of time remaining in this track, I think this is going to be another 1-2 punch from the English, and that's with a 56 once again. Bosbez is just driving casual, it seems. I mean, the best time is a 56.5, so driving a 0.9, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Monochrome Ocean and Experial just not having a great experience on this map at this point. Some mistakes here and there. It's really costing their team, but hey, what can you do at this point? You got to play the cards you've been dealt with, right? And 23 is definitely a card that the Scots don't seem too happy to have in their hand. As right now, Roy and Bosbez 1 and 2, as Roy is going to overtake Experial. He's going to try and fight his way up there as Scotty has fallen all the way down. He's so far behind. Monochrome is 6 seconds behind, and well, he's even farther behind that, so it's all down to Experial, and even then, he can't stop a 2-3-4, even if he gets first. And so, Bosbez, Real Roy Boy, Davigno, 1, 2, and 3, they're looking for the ace. Experial in behind, it's not looking close whatsoever in this round, though. Experial at least not crashing out. Gotta boost a bit of the confidence, but even then, a boost of confidence up against an ace is rough, to say the least.
Rough indeed. I mean, Experial was in the mix for a little bit, but on the quarter pipe jump, just went too high. Davigno able to overtake, and with the rest of his team way behind. Yeah, this was definitely England's round to lose, and I mean, in that situation, I can't imagine that happening too fast. So far, Scotland just having some mistakes on pretty much each player, right? So far, not being comfortable, but at the same time, we already mentioned this before. This is the pick of England, so it is to be expected that this is to be the case. And the way this is going, it might turn out to be a 5-0, and Scotland's going to have to try and fight back on 25. But that is for later. I mean, let's look at now. Right now, though, again, 1-2, Davigno, Real Roy Boy. So no Bosbez in the mix, haven't made a mistake. So their fastest player for 23, not here. Perhaps a chance for Scotland to strike back with Scotty, Experial, and Monochrome, all in hot pursuit until the crash into the quarter pipe. So just 2 remaining for the Scots. But Davigno, Real Roy Boy, not giving away an inch. Scotty trying to overtake, get in between. But as we're getting closer and closer to the end of the track, Scotty getting a bit more speed out of the grass, able to pick up the number 2, but doesn't make them. He doesn't jump into the finish. And it is Davigno and Real Roy Boy, another 1-2 punch, 4-0 for England.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I don't think that would have changed anything, because even with Bosbez over 10 seconds behind, as long as he finished, that was all that was important, even if Scotty comes in second place there. So 1-3 is really hard. Now this is the last round, most likely, of this map. And really what's been most impressive about the English here is the lack of mistakes, right? It's a black flag track for sure, as Monochrome Ocean pulls his way out of the map. But it's the lack of mistakes out of the English, isn't it? Where, they'll make a mistake, they'll be 1 second slower, but it's just the lack of mistakes overall, where compared to just saving. They're just looking like they're cruising at this point, and they're doing top 50 times, right? So it's pretty incredible that even with a mistake, they're just so fast that they just overtake the Scots here. As right now, Roy has made a mistake, and so has Davigno here. They'll fall down behind Scotty, as Monochrome Ocean really, really far behind.
He right got now, up there.
Davigno and Scotty for the win. Scotty, here. No! Scotty again. Can't stop the ace. And so Roy Bosbez will come in second and third. It's an ace to finish off 23. And that is all she wrote for this one. We're on to 25.
Moving on to 25, and I think this is a good example of 2 ways that a round can go, a map can go. It's either coming down to consistency, right? Team just picking a map that they are more consistent on than the other team, and because of that, gaining this advantage over them. And alternatively, when consistency is the same for both, it's all about lines, right? Who has the better lines, who's able to adapt the best if something does go wrong, which usually leads to closer matches. So unfortunately, in this situation, 5-0, clean sweep. Hopefully, Scotland isn't too distraught by this, and will be able to recuperate and recover from this loss on their map pick 25.
Yeah, now 25. This one's also going to be rough. Vosbez and Davigno both in the top 20 as well, with a 105.0 for Davigno and a 104.7 for Vosbez. World record being a 104.1, but Kebi is an absolute beast. And no one else has a... Yeah, no one even has a 0.1. In fact, only the top 4 are faster than a 0.5. So, yeah, we're not going to be seeing any of those. If we see a 104 here, would be incredible, but I think even a 105 should be fast enough to win most rounds.
Definitely. I think 104, I would love to see it. 105 pace, I can expect to be plenty in this situation. Just looking at, as you say, the times and whatnot. And very curious to see. Maybe we'll get another 5-0 sweep, right? But this time in favor of Scotland. Because 25 is... it's not an easy track. I mean, it's no 24. 24 in terms of like offer time is usually the one that's tricky. But 25, it's a long track. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of ways of things going wrong. We've got some Yeptree potential. We've got a lot of dirt to go around. No water to touch, right?
Right.
Very, very curious to see if this was the right pick, because picking into 25, you do on purpose.
Right.
Very much so.
And it's either a map where you feel comfortable enough that you know that you're not going to crash, but you're going to be maybe a second slower, right? That's what they're hoping, I think, is that they're hoping that the English are not consistent enough on the map, right? And that they'll crash out, that they'll make mistakes, right? But it's really just down to whether or not the Scots can stop the mistakes, right? And that's up to them. If they can save and do 106s, consistently, I think they might be able to win this map. But 105's not impossible for the English as well. And so if they just decided to save themselves, they could probably save and be faster still than the saving Scots, which it could be the roughest part of this map as we're back down into it for map 25.
That's right. Starting off round number 1. This is the map picked for Scotland. After this, we're going to get into 3 random maps. And with England leading 1-0, Scotland definitely is going to need this win. It's going to be an uphill battle otherwise. Looking at the players at the front right now, we just saw Vosbez drive out of there. And we have Scotty and Experio in hot pursuit of Davigno, who is driving about 3/10 of a second ahead. Bit of a crash from Scotty, but regardless, not being overtaken by anyone other than his teammate Monochrome. So this is looking like a good round for Scotland. Just Davigno at the front for England, and you're not going to be able to win it on one player. 2, 3, 4, that's A-okay and enough for the Scots to win a round. No mistakes so far anymore. We got Idolus behind by quite a bit as well, so for him to overtake any of the Scots, even if they make a mistake, is going to be a far cry from actually happening and existing. Getting into the final few turns, yeah, that's going to be a 2, 3, 4. And in fact, Experio overtaking Davigno in the end picks up the number 1 first round win.
So I guess Scots. I brought this into existence, didn't I?
Yeah.
Where I just said it's all about not making mistakes, and they definitely saved it, right? 108 won the round, right?
108.
And that's with Davigno being 2 seconds ahead of Experio in the last checkpoint. He made a mistake somewhere. He must have hit a wall.
He did, yes.
And honestly, it's really good to see that the Scots picked this map and are good enough to know that, hey, we could save, do 107, 108, right? And just win this the round this way. It takes big cojones to say, okay, look at their world records on this map. Let's save it and win. Thank you for proving my point, Scott. Says it's a complete ace, but for the other team, instead, in Davigno, Vosbez, and Idolus, no mistakes so far. No saving either. They are so much faster than where we were at the last round, actually, at this point in time. Davigno ahead once again by over a 3/4 of a second on his teammates Idolus and Bozbez. At this point, he could push over a second faster than everyone else, as long as he doesn't hit a wall again, as Bozbez will get second place over Idolus. This is looking more and more like an ace, as Davigno comes in first, Bozbez in second, Idolus in third.
Look at that time.
Very clean times. 2:105. Oh, no, not 2:105s. What am I talking about? 106.003 is not a 105, Gabe.
So close, Bozbez. Better luck next time. You know,
better, skill issue.
It's just 0.003 of a second. You know, you'll be able to shave it off. You know, just try. You know, get that corner a couple of pixels shorter, and you'll be fine. But no, an ace counter rates, because definitely when what you were mentioning before, right? This gamble, if you will, that you're expecting, you know, like we won't make as many mistakes compared to the other team, definitely backfired for the Scots this time around, as we see Experial just unable to recover from that turn. And with that, we've got a bit of a 2v2 going on. Davigno, Scotty, and Idolus, though. Ooh, Monochrome actually quite a ways behind as well. So Scotland really hoping for a mistake on either Idolus or Davigno's side. And so far, Davigno has been driving amazing. So maybe Idolus, but you know, Scotty's still got to get in between, as they're duking it out for second place at the moment. Would be nice for England to just keep hold of that second place, because that way they can win the round no problem whatsoever. Don't have to worry about where Bozbez is and all it is, or if he finishes. Not quite sure how far behind he is, but he is definitely in 6th place. But as it is right now, Scotty not able to overtake. It's going to be a 1-2 punch, and just like that, England takes the lead back 2-1. Scotland still only 1 round win during the match. They're going to have to really pull it back and somehow get the speed, get some mistakes out, and win some rounds, because if this is the way it's going to go, 2-0 behind, don't want to be in that situation. Means you're going to have to win every map after this.
Yeah, which will be 9, 21, and 8, you know, like 21 might be tough, but 9 and 8 are going to be short and sweet, and those are gut punches of maps, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you're likely only gonna lose by 0.1, 0.2 in that case. So Experial crashing out. Monochrome Ocean now will overtake Davigno, as Idolus now has to carry the flag for the English here, because Davigno a little too far behind. Maybe he could catch up, as that's Monochrome Ocean turning into an airplane.
650-50.
Yeah,
nice grind.
Tony Hawk would be very, very impressed. Scotty right now has a lead, but it's not much. Idolus could come back and take it away from him like he did last round, as Scotty goes way wide, and he's out of there. And that is going to be rough. Very, very rough. And how do the Scots come back from this one? Now they're going to be down 3-1 here, right? How do you come back down 3-1 on a map where you're definitely not as fast as the others, right? You're not as fast as your opponents. We could say that with we could say that quite nicely, right? But how do they come back here? They can't just rely on mistakes.
You can't just rely on mistakes, and especially knowing that this is, you picked this map, right? You went into this with an expectation. I can imagine mentally this can be quite a hit. I mean, the 23 one, you could be like, you know, we'll put that away because they picked it and we weren't as prepared on this one, but we're gonna get them on 25, and now this happens. And you're just not able to get these turns, and you're just not able to, like, especially this turn coming up, we've been seeing many mistakes happening here from pretty much all the players. And again, we just lost Idolus there. It's definitely the place where it's a bit of a make or break situation. Ooh, Monochrome hitting the tree, Experial losing a bit of speed there. Oh, but Bozbez then goes for the crash. I mean, this is, I guess, what they're going to have to rely on. I mean, Scotty right now has the speed, but there is definitely some consistency on this track. 25 is not the highest. And that makes sense, being 25, being a long track, being filled with all these potential crashes and these jumps, and going too wide. And so it isn't too odd for that to happen, but I mean, right now we're looking at a round win for Scotland, but they're going to have to somehow take out these mistakes. that they've been making, and somehow rally back. But that, I think, is more of a mental thing than it is a skill thing.
Yeah, I think you're going to need to rely a bit more on mistakes from England more than mistakes from Scotland, right?
Yeah,
England can win.
Play your race, play your game, play the way you usually play it, and don't worry too much about the pace.
Exactly. This isn't this isn't very different to how you would play, let's say, in ranked, right? When you play ranked, you don't know how good someone else is going to be on the other team, right? You might as well just drive safe, do a 107, because who's going to do a 105 in a ranked match? Let's be honest, right?
Right.
And this map is so consistently inconsistent that you can go for that, right? Sure, Davigno is going to be ahead, and Scotty's going to be in that fight, but Idolis could make a mistake. Bosbez could make a mistake, right? And for Davigno making a mistake, right, you could say, okay, well, no matter who it is, right, they can just go out just like that, right?
Idolis
could just fly out right into the signs, and a 2-3-4 would be enough to win. However, a Monochrome Ocean would need to keep Idolis behind. He's 1.5 seconds behind, but that's some time that could be caught up by if Monochrome Ocean does make a mistake here. So he can't save too much. As here we go for the ending here. 2-3-4 looking likely, and it is a 2-3-4. Idolis will get 5th, and that is another round win for the Scots. We're tied at 3. At this point in time, you gotta rely on the mistakes of the English, and then do your 107s, 108s if you're the Scots, right? That's all you can hope on, and hope that the mistakes that the English do are big enough that those 107, 108s are good enough to win.
Yeah, I mean, a map like this has that potential. We've seen it, right? Players being divided by full seconds on this one just because of these jumps. I mean, this turn, once again, let's see how this will go. We see the English all lined up together, and they do all make the jump. We see Experio and Scotty also making the jump, but where is Monochrome? He's behind by 2.5 seconds, so he's not going to be able to support his teammates for this round unless mistakes are made on the English side. But Bosbez, Idolis in the lead. Davigno picking up more speed over Scotty, overtaking Scotty, really pushing it on the reactor boost there. Oh, and that definitely pays off. Idolis slowing down a bit, allowing Scotty to jump into 3rd place. But he's going to have to get in between Bosbez and Davigno right here, and we're already narrowing down and getting towards the end of the track. We've got to bounce here in a few more turns. Scotty losing some speed in that one, and it's going to be an ace to strike back from the mistakes that were happening on the English side. And look at those times as well.
Clean, fast, clean and fast, I think, is the name of the game that for that one. Obviously, if you're England, right, you know that you can't rely on their mistakes. Obviously, you got to go fast, right? You got to pull off those 105s, 106s. You know you have the pace, right? But it's all down to the consistency. Map point, on this one. 4-3 in favor of England. Scotland will need to come back here and win 2 in a row to tie the maps up 1-1. But at this point in time, it all comes down to the mistakes made by England here. Bosbez and Davigno 1 and 2, but that's a mistake right off the bat. And now it's Idolis' own lone and a lone only. As Scotty, Experial, and Monochrome Ocean behind. But Monochrome Ocean and Bosbez will fight for that position. So, if Bosbez overtakes Monochrome Ocean, which he just did, Monochrome Ocean needs to stay in 5th now. This is how this map can finish. This round can finish, and it would be fine, but Bosbez goes up into 3rd now, and now this could be detrimental. He hits into the wall, but Monochrome Ocean does not. Oh, he does have the speed to catch up, but now it's all down to the last few turns here into the ending. This is all who wins. This is between Monochrome Ocean and Bosbez. Who's it gonna be between these two here? Bosbez, Monochrome Ocean, and it's gonna be Monochrome Ocean. It's all down to 5th. It's Davigno, and so it's 2-0 in favor of the English. That's a tight one. That is a much tighter map than was expected, I think, from the English there. The English really, really pushing, and the Scots nearly pulled through, but just one too many mistakes cost them the map win.
Yeah, that was, 25. I expect mistakes, right? I expect them to happen, and unfortunately, right now for the Scots, it just didn't go too much in their favor. Where there were mistakes from England, there were just as many from Scotland, and at the end of the day, the balance, didn't check out, and pace just wasn't there. So, I mean, it was a close one, but I still would say, I definitely deserved for England to take that map.
Oh man, so we've got ourselves another map. This one is a gut punch, right? It's gonna last 28 seconds most likely, and Davigno has a top 11 time. Again, right? Davigno pretty much has top 20 on every map, I do believe, at this point. So it's really, it could be again rough for the Scots. They've got no one in the top 50, and Idolus is 39th as well. So this map is a really, really, really fast map. We're expecting 28 5s maybe to win the rounds, right?
I think that, yeah.
It's gonna be pretty fast. It's top 100 time, but I think Davigno and Idolus would be able to do it quite consistently. Now it all comes down to if the Scots can clean it up, right? Because this is not a map where you're gonna expect mistakes out of anyone. So
I'd say only during the halfway point, right? We've got that long left-hand turn jumping into the plastic. I can imagine there somebody doesn't have the line right, and they end up jumping too far to the left or to the right and crashing because of it. But other than that, it's all about, maintaining those lines and maintaining that speed. And yeah, I expect close rounds, but we'll see between who.
Let us see. Yeah, because now 30 seconds left, right? And this is looking like a clean 3-0. But however, it was closer on map 25, right? I think 25 was a great pick out of the Scots. And if this teaches anyone anything, right? Any other team watching this, or any team whose player who's not playing is just watching this, 25 is a pick you can go for if you're confident enough that you and your team can do 108s. Even if the other team is better than you and has better times on the map, it's just Crash Central, right? So you guys should go and pick it if you're confident enough in your consistency on the map. As we're down into it once again, Davigno, Idolez, and Bosbez for the English. Monochrome, Ocean, Experial, and Scotty, the three players that have been playing on all three maps so far for the Scots, doing it once again. So let's see it. Davigno, Bosbez, 1 and 2 at the moment, and Monochrome Ocean coming in third. Goes. Yeah, I just explained who was racing, and it's already over, right?
It's already over.
Already over. 28-6 wins this round. Fast enough, but hey, that's not even top 100 times. Come on, guys, faster than that.
I mean, we're gonna see these 28 times, but yeah, it's definitely gonna come down to tenths of a second if everybody is driving, on top of the game. That's all you can expect. So we'll better, keep a close eye on what happened, what goes on, because a mistake can come and go as fast as it is. But right now, everybody relatively close to each other. Monochrome going more for the inside line, whereas the English go for the outside line. And because of that, they shoot into first, second, and third place. Though at the moment, we do have Scotty in between, in the mix, trying to get some points. But you can get some points with 1-3-4 going to England. Yeah. You need your team. You need your team there.
Not just the team, just overall, it's going to be rough, right? You know it's going to be a bumpy ride if you're over on the Scottish side, because it's just such a fast map, right? It's all about the minute details on a map like this, and on plastic, every minute detail will slow you down. So let's see it. Monochrome Ocean much faster on this map than he's been on other maps, right? He's been able to keep up, but this time around makes a mistake. Scotty goes wide. That's the turn that you talked about, and an ace coming out of the English here. That's really going to crush the spirits of the Scots.
28-5 though. Oh, nice time. Nice time coming in from Davigno. And Davigno just showing his pace. I mean, looking at the English team, I would say, Davigno and Bosbez. I'd say those are the two you expect to be at the top, right? I mean, Real Roy Boy, also a great player. Idolus, I haven't seen too much of, but he definitely seems to be carrying his weight as well, keeping up with his teammates and proving to be a great asset to the team. But yeah, Davino at the moment definitely has been the fastest of the match. Oh, but a crash just like that can take away all the speed. Just thought walls slow you down. But regardless, with Idolist and Bospez in first and third, they just need Davino to cross the finish line. And on a track like this, with a timeout of 20 seconds, it's bound to happen. It's another round win going to England.
Could you, even in ranked, right? Even in silver ranked, I wouldn't expect someone to DNF on this map, right?
No.
It'd be quite impressive. You know what else would be quite impressive? A reverse sweep here out of the Scots. 5 rounds in a row needed and asked of them, and then afterwards winning 2 more maps straight back to back. And if they can't do that, then they will go down 0-1 to start off the tournament, and it's looking more and more likely as now Monochrome Ocean is the only thing that separates them between a loss and a victory, and it's gonna be a big fat L for the Scots, sadly. The big W for the English, not losing a single round on 23 or on 9, but it was close on 25. We could have seen 21 for sure had the Scots pulled through on 25, but that is GG's for match number 1, and that goes the way of the England team.
Yeah, congratulations to England going up 1-0. They're going to need 2 more wins to move on to the playoffs. So curious to see if we're going to see them there. They definitely show the potential and the skill to get there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up seeing them next weekend as well. Scotland, though, they're definitely going to have to try and get the pace more up, right? And with the time left right now, obviously there's no time to really practice. Next match is coming up in about 30, 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. So, you obviously can't get that in, but regardless, still a good showing of Scotland. This is their first time of entering the tscc as a separate country, right? So that always is something that I commend. I enjoy seeing any new team, any new country coming in that hasn't competed before in the tscc to come in and join in and hang out. If you're curious about this and you haven't seen this before, and you're like, well, man, you're talking about entering with a new country, right? You haven't seen before? Man, I can play. I got some friends. I know some people. We can come in. No problem. Just jump into the Discord. You can find all the details, information there. And, this edition, obviously, you're too late. But next edition, you could be come in and play some, see who's the best of the campaign tracks.
Yeah, but it's all about the campaign tracks, right? And, of course, at least less favorable tracks this time around, right? Of course, some seasons are better than others, obviously, but this one I think has a good mix of good tracks, meh tracks, and then bad tracks, right? Where there are some bad tracks, like let's say 10, where some people will ban it just because they don't want to drive it.
Yeah.
But other teams are going to have to play on it because, well, we can't play ice, right? And that's pretty much what the issue is with England, right? They're going to need to play 10. Because they're going to be banning all the ice tracks. Those are their biggest weaknesses, despite having Davino on your team, right? You're bad on ice as a team.
You can't rely on one person.
3 maps.
Exactly. But that's that's something to take into account in your future matches, right? And this is where the team aspect comes into it, right? You can't just rely on one person and hope everyone else gets carried along. It's not how it works, but it does mean you have a good strategy to go into it in your picks and bans, and making sure that you set the odds ever in your favor. But yeah, trio, unfortunately not as close as I was hoping for, as I was aiming for, but a good start of the tournament regardless. Outside of that, we have some results coming in as well. We've got
3 other matches.
We got 3 other matches so far in. 60 matches are going on simultaneously. So of these 16, 4 have been finished. The one you've seen, England, Scotland, being a trio going towards England. We've got Ireland, being Ireland with Birdie.
I knew it.
Chile.
And Chile's not a slouch of a team either, right? Chile have always been quite decent, and they got 5-1, 5-0, 5-0'd. Like that is quite impressive in my opinion.
Very dominating
from
dominating.
Ireland, and that's why they're my dark horse pick. I think they could definitely make it to top 8 and maybe even get top 4 if they blow someone out of the water. It would be surprising, but if it happens, it happens, and I think that this would be the team to definitely do it. After that, we have 2 other matches that we haven't talked about: Finland and India, a 4-map match where no one got swept on any of the maps.
No sweeps.
Which is actually really impressive.
No sweeps at all. It was Finland taking it in the end with the 3-1, and India actually had the lead initially on 9 with 5-1. So definitely a good start, but unfortunately unable to hold on to that lead, with Finland winning 7-5-1, 12-5-1, and then 22-5-2.
5-2. Yeah, rough for the Indians, but at least they won a round on every single map. Right?
Yeah.
Which gives you confidence at least that you can fight up against the finish, right? And of course, Finland is also a team that's up there, right? That we expect good things out of. Top 8 is pretty much assured, right? If you're a betting man such as me, maybe you put some money on Finland getting top 8, right? But India getting a point on each map and winning a map against Finland, very, very nice stuff to see. Honestly.
Definitely. I mean, India as well, right, has been going up in the Trackmania scene. I know that the Indian players are super happy to be able to compete in tournaments such as this as well, right? Yeah. To foster the environment and the community. I mean, the only way you can really foster a community like this is to have tournaments to compete in, to have a reason to compete, to improve, to assemble this group of potential world champions in the future. Who knows, right? I mean, Trackmania being a very EU dominated game, it would be great to see more talent coming in from all the other continents, right? It's not just Europe.
Regions. Of course, I mean, it is an EU-dominated game, despite the fact that the top 2 from TMGL were Canadian and Australian, right? And they're the only 2 in the top 32. Right, that are not European. It's very impressive just how good players outside of Europe can be, and I hope to as well see more, but obviously I just want the best matches that we could possibly see. Other matches that finished: Sweden 3-1 to Australia, 5-1 on 09, 5-1 on 22, and then they won on map 18, 5-0. However, on map number 3, which was 11, Australia actually came back, won a map 5-4, 11. That's not a map that you'd think would be a very big fighty map, but Australia and Sweden had quite the duel on it.
Yeah, it's definitely one that would have been interesting to see when coming down to the wire. Obviously, we don't know exactly how that came to be, right? Maybe it was 4-0 in Sweden's favor, and Australia just started fighting back. Could have been a back and forth. But regardless, great showing from Australia to really give it to a team like Sweden. Sweden has also been bringing in a nice lineup as well for this tournament. So definitely impressive. But at the end of the day, still a lost match, and they're going to have to face off against another team that lost a match as well.
Yeah.
Well, this is one that I expected and predicted, though. Scoreline 3-1. We've got Germany versus Denmark. Not Denmark. Denmark. I don't know why it says Denmark.
Good job, Nude Prime. Is that a taunt out of Nude Prime, maybe?
Perhaps. Who knows? But it does look like Denmark 2 initially won their map pick on 11, 3-5, and then afterwards Germany started striking back on 17, 9, and 18 with a sweep on 9-5-0. But the other 2 maps, 5-1 and 5-2, it was Germany winning that one. I mean, Germany being a team that usually hits top 3, not surprised. And Denmark 2 is not the Denmark team that won the previous tournament, right? So that's also important to keep in mind. But regardless, still a good showing from Denmark 2. And curious to see what they'll bring in the future. And we have the other Danish team coming in as well, their results.
Yeah, and that one was a lot more rough. Map number 1, 5-4 for Denmark over France 2. Obviously, France 2, still a good team, right? And they did make it through the play-ins. But a 5-4 on 17, right? You put the Danish on the brink there. Very good job. out of France. But after that, 5-0, 5-1, and 5-0 on 19, 22, and 06. 22 being played by everyone, it seems. Huh?
Yeah. Quite popular. Like 4 matches.
I think it was all random maps, wasn't it?
Yeah. Looking at it, we've had one being
pick, and the other 3 times are all random.
All random.
Which quite impressive. And then 06 being the last map. So only 1 round win for France after winning their map of 17. Yeah, Denmark, a team to be afraid of, and they played really, really well. Oh, you're smiling from ear to ear.
Remember my prediction. Remember my prediction about Netherlands, Brazil. I said it's going to be a trio, 5-0 each and every single map. You want to guess what happened?
You want to? I mean, there are 2 things that happened. There are 2 things that happened. You know what else happened? 22 was the random map again.
It was. I didn't even see that. 22 was the random map again.
Oh boy!
But yeah, no, that was as my prediction actually was completely correct. Netherlands, Brazil, trioed 8, 5-0, 24, 5-0, and then 22, 5-0, all in favor of Netherlands. Amazing showing to kick things off. Definitely the most dominating one from the matches so far. The only one coming as close as that is the Ireland-Chile one, where Chile was winning 1 round on 9. But other than that, all 5-0s.
Yeah, is that surprising to you? The Chile-Ireland one, where Chile just could not win a round against Ireland after winning their 1 round, right? They win their 1 round. That's it.
It's I mean, looking at the Ireland lineup, I'd say I'm not too surprised, right? It's definitely a good team to field.
I'm more looking at
maybe for Chile, right? It's just like that. Maybe it's the time of day, right? Maybe it's the skill level, right? The difference between the 2. It could just simply be that, right? Or the maps. I mean, 9, 6, 22. We got some quick maps into 22. It does look like 22 is the map to train to get in. Because if you haven't trained 22, apparently you're playing the wrong tournament.
Yeah, exactly. 22 just being played for everyone. Kudaj, what are you doing, my son? You're giving everyone 22 somehow.
What is this even random, right? Like, you're not picking 22. Random? Maybe next round we'll have all banned 22. Like, we don't want to play 22
exactly.
anymore.
No one wants to play 22. It's just going to get banned by everyone. That'd be pretty funny, honestly.
Definitely. But I think for now we're going to take a small break while we wait for round number 2, unless we're able to jump into another match. But usually we try to avoid jumping into matches in progress, as they can cause some join lag, right? We don't want to impact it in any way, shape, or form. So unless we're able to jump into it, that's great. But for now, we're going to take a small little break. Round number 2 is going to be coming up in 25 minutes. So go get yourself a snack, get yourself something to drink, especially if you're out here in the hot weather that I am. Make sure you got something to drink, because trust me, I need to refill. I need to refill. That's what I need to do.
We'll see you in a little bit.
There you go. See you in a bit.